Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? Happy Monday. Thank you all so much for joining us here at 10 in the morning. I'm Ozzy Mora, and this is John Langler. Hey, John.
Good morning, Ozzy. How was your weekend?
Morning. It was great. I had a great time.
How was your Super Bowl Sunday, by the way?
Oh, my goodness. My daughter has never seen me dance like that.
From the game, right? Not the halftime show?
Not the halftime.
Yeah.
The game, too.
Yeah. You're like, wow, that zone defense. I got to dance to that.
I was ready, you know?
We will talk about the game and the halftime show and everything else later on in the program.
We will. But first, let's get to our top stories. We're talking about a deadly hit and run, RV, and then a motorcycle crash as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was another deadly weekend on our roads here in southern Nevada. We'll start with a teenager killed in a crash with an RV. An RV was driving in the East Valley, hit this teenager, a 17-year-old, and sadly that teenager died. This was Saturday evening around 6 o'clock near Lake Mead and Nellis. The Metro Police say the victim, the 17-year-old, was in a crosswalk at the time and that the RV driver left the scene, was eventually arrested, and now faces criminal charges. That is 65-year-old Mark Clayton, who was expected in court tomorrow. But another tragedy on our roads. Also over the weekend, a motorcyclist was killed. This was also on Saturday near Jones and Tropical Parkway up in the North Valley. 22-year-old motorcyclist collided with a sedan. The victim, the motorcyclist, according to Metro, was speeding at the time. This marks 15 traffic fatalities in Metro's jurisdiction specifically this year, and we're only now at the beginning of February. It's unfortunate, just tragic how many of these deadly crashes we are still seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. You get more information on our website, 8newsnow.com, on both of these stories. Let's go back to the Clark County School District. So CCSD Dream Session. So the next Community Dream Session is happening actually tomorrow night, February 10th, at Arborview High School from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. So just for some background here, these sessions have been going on since January 28th for clarification. So basically, if you have ideas to fix our school, the Clark County School District wants to hear from you. So not just parents, staff, but everyone in our community. Superintendent Joan Eber is calling on everyone to help design what she calls a destination district. We've interviewed we interviewed her about this as well and what that means for her. So this is a place where families actually choose to belong because they believe in our school system. This has been a work in progress. Now, these aren't just typical board meetings that you just show up. They are dream sessions, like I meant to tell you right now, meant to build a long-term strategic plan. Now, after tomorrow's meeting, if you can't make it to tomorrow, that's okay. There's another one coming up on Wednesday. This one is at Durango High School. There are 7 sessions in total. Some already have happened, so keep that in mind. This has been going on, like I said, January 28th. If you can't make it in person, there's also some virtual options as well. Also, there'll be translators in there for Spanish as well. The district says they've already spent 5 months listening to our community, and these sessions are the next step in turning voices into a real blueprint for our future here in the school district.
And today's a good day, parents and kids, to brainstorm because they're off today.
Yes.
So you can sit around at home and say, honey, what should the rest of the school district be like in the future? And you can talk about it and have your say.
The kids always know.
The kids always know best.
Right?
They want longer lunches and more recess.
Exactly.
That's the solution to all our issues.
All right, John, the rise of the side hustle.
Well, Las Vegas is known, of course, for a lot of freelance work. We're not unfamiliar with that.
Yeah.
But more American workers are finding side hustles for secondary incomes to try and make up for maybe what they're not making in their regular job. According to a new report, 72% of Americans have a side gig of some kind. That's like your Uber Eats driving, perhaps, some other work around town, working at Amazon at one of the packing locations. Just a couple of ideas. More than 25% of Americans believe that this side gig replaces the promotion or a raise that they're not getting at their main job. That's one reason that now in Las Vegas, this is very different. We have a lot of freelancers here because of the Strip, the resort industry. In fact, a report from December of last year, so not that long ago, from Fiverr, a website, found that Las Vegas is one of the highest paying cities for freelancers, making on average, Ozzy, $62,000 a year for freelance work. Now, there's efforts, as you know, to try and make sure that freelance employees, restaurant workers, don't have their tips taxed. It's been an ongoing discussion, of course. But with our industry, there's a lot of freelancers in town, and a lot more of them are finding ways to have it as a side gig.
Yeah, it looks, well, we did a report. One of our reporters interviewed, he went to a restaurant, and he interviewed, I believe, the owner or manager there, and he says that he knows that his employees have to take on a second job
yeah.
just to make it work, because yes, you have your hourly pay for some of the waiters and hostess, but then the tips, but that's not even enough either for them to make it.
If you have a chance, like you talk to a waiter that you have at a restaurant, there's a fair chance if you ask them, they might say, this is job 1, job 2 is at 7:00 tonight or something along those lines. It's hard to make a living right now.
Or if you have kids, you go for remote, to
Yeah.
go, you go in person, and then your second job is in remote, so you could take care of your children. So the side gig isn't just a choice for many people anymore, the families. It's a way to survive, to make it through,
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, search for Nancy Guthrie. It's day 9, entered its 9th day, So a critical $6 million ransom deadline is set for 5 p.m. tonight, actually, as the search for Nancy Guthrie, Mother of Today's Show host, as you can see, Savannah, like I said, enters its 9th day. So the clock is ticking right now on this case. Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, just for some background, was kidnapped January 31st. Over the weekend, investigators did return to Nancy Guthrie's home, and they also searched the daughter's home, not Savannah, the older one, I believe. But so far, they haven't named any suspects or found a getaway vehicle. That several reports have said there was a vehicle waiting outside of her house, kind of around the neighborhood when Nancy went missing. The situation definitely becoming more dire for Nancy, as we've also reported, and you've probably seen at several outlets. She's in dire need of her medical treatment, her medicine. She deals with a lot medically. Her daughter, Samantha, did post a video with her siblings over the weekend as well, talking about how, actually a message to her kidnappers saying, we will pay. So there's not some clarity or confirmation behind that, what that means exactly. But ransom notes have been sent to various news outlets. You may have seen reports, on other national outlets as well. And the latest one, like I said, demands $6 million by tonight, 5 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, I believe they want Bitcoin too, which is another component of this. And one of those deadlines is today. So we'll see where that goes. It's been just strange and compelling and sad to watch the Guthrie family go through this over in Tucson. So we'll see where that goes. We go from Tucson now to Capitol Hill. Another deadline for lawmakers in Washington to try and fund Homeland Security and, by extension, ICE and Border Patrol and other departments. So the deadline to fund Homeland Security moving forward is Friday. You'll remember there was a big package of spending bills after the brief little partial government shutdown a week or so ago. Another deadline is on Friday for Homeland Security because they only got 2 weeks of funding, and that's up once again for a vote. The reason there's only this 2-week funding and why this deadline's coming up again, Democrats want changes to Homeland Security activity, how immigration agents act in the field, all of it stemming from what we've seen nationwide, but especially in Minneapolis and the 2 shooting deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Good by agents in Minneapolis. Ozzy?
Yeah, so the House is scheduled to meet Wednesday, to figure out exactly how bad a shutdown would hurt the country if this were to happen again.
Yeah, so the Republicans, they're willing to discuss some of the Democratic proposals in terms of body cameras, which has already been approved by the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats are pushing for other reforms to immigration enforcement. Republicans, for example, are not willing to approve the idea of having agents take their masks off, which Democrats want. Republicans want to adjust sanctuary city policies, so-called sanctuary city policies. All of that is part of the discussion. We'll see where it goes. But again, that deadline is Friday once again. It's quite the political football happening right now in Washington.
A lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
All right, guys, stay with us. We'll be talking about question of the day.
Well,
right?
we'll talk about. No. You want to do the question now, Daryl?
Yes, Daryl.
No,
Look, what am I
let's
missing?
bring it up.
Question of the day because it's National Pizza Day, Daryl. Good morning, by the way.
It sure is. John, you like pizza, right?
Love pizza. I have some of it in my fridge right now. Leftovers from Friday night. Oh.
This one's going to stir the pot. I know it will. No pun intended. And do pineapples go on pizza? Let us know. Now's the time. Scan the QR code. We know there are passionate
50-50.
people on both sides of this heated debate. So we're going to settle it today. Chime in, 8newsnow.com/vote. We'll be talking more about pizza in a little bit.
Yes, for National Pizza Day. But yeah, pineapples on pizza, those are fighting words.
Are you for it?
We'll find out after the break. Stick around. You're watching 8 News Now at 10.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Welcome back to the program as we enjoy the beginning of our week and CCSD kids enjoy not going to school today. It's John and Ozzy once again. We were talking earlier about the Super Bowl. One of the things that was frustrating about the Super Bowl was that it got in the way of enjoying my Sunday.
Why?
It was so beautiful outside.
Yeah,
it was gorgeous. I didn't want to be
gorgeous.
inside. I just wanted to sit outside and enjoy everything. I think I got a little bit of a suntan. I know it's hard to tell, but it was
I could
beautiful.
see it.
Yeah, I have to look really close.
Right there. But yeah, it was a wonderful weekend. I enjoyed it. With that, let's send over to Mary Jane Belieza. Hi, Mary Jane.
Hey there, you two. It was a warm weekend. We've been warm these past few days. We've seen 70s these past few days, and it seems like that streak continues. And even as we take a look outside right now, we got lots of cloud cover that continues to filter in, and overall not too bad of a forecast for this morning. It is about 62 degrees, light calm winds as well, and we are looking ahead to some cooler changes, but for now, 70s all the way around for Las Vegas, Henderson, and Boulder City. This is ahead of what we're looking at with our current weather pattern that's going to switch into an upper low that's currently spinning off of the California coast. So with that, we could get a little bit more of those breezy winds. A lake wind advisory is in effect for tomorrow for Lake Mead and Lake Mojave. We're also looking at some slight chances for rain. So anything that does make its way down to the valley floor will be quite light. We're talking trace amounts to those annoying sprinkles that you see on your car. Better chances in the mountains. Lee, Kyle Canyon could see about 1 to 3 inches. And then finally, temperatures will drop down to the 60s. This is something we've been waiting for because it hasn't really felt like winter. And we get a little bit of a dry break. That's what it seems like right now for Friday night moving into Saturday. So for those of you who have Valentine's Day plans, it looks to be safe for now. And then rain chances pick up again for your Sunday. So we have a lot going on as far as a temperature roller coaster and still lots of time to see what develops. So hopefully if you have some Valentine's Day plans, you can plan ahead with this forecast.
Get to, for Valentine's Day, maybe cuddle with your significant other. 67? 67? No? Okay.
It's not going to be that cold.
Sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it.
We're just trying to stay relevant here at 8 News Now, clearly. Thanks, Mary Jane. Appreciate it. As we mentioned, part of the weekend, of course, was Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. The Seattle Seahawks, your Super Bowl champions. The game, not much of a game in all fairness. Seahawks, after a whole bunch of field goals, what was the final score there? 29-13, as I recall? Something along those lines. So Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. It is their second NFL title in franchise history.
Wow, yeah, definitely. And if you're watching the game, I'm one of those people, I watch the game, but I just sneak peek.
Okay.
That makes sense?
You just drift in and out.
Yeah, I just come in and out. And then, I was able to catch some of the commercials as well. Did you see some of the commercials? Were you able to?
Saw some of the commercials,
Okay.
yeah. They were hit and miss.
I thought the funniest one, well, there were several very, very creative ones, but the one that stuck out to me was the Southwest one because they changed the seating assignment and there's people like running to the Southwest seat. They're like, I don't want to sit in the middle seat. Move out of the way. It was so funny. I thought it was funny, but that's just me.
I missed that one. There was a bunch of other ones.
Yeah.
What I noticed is a lot of AI commercials,
Oh,
a lot of AI
yes.
used to make the commercials. Some with varying degrees of success. I think it was a Verizon commercial based on Jurassic Park.
Yes,
And they
I
had
saw
Sam
that
Neill in it, and he looked like his face was like missing half of its bone structure. It was weird. So that was just something to take away from the game. Should
saw
just
that.
quickly get back
Yeah.
to the game. We spoke with some fans about the game, about betting, especially. Las Vegas is huge for the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Lots of folks come to town to place their bets. Let's hear what some fans had to say.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've been walking around town all day, and you run into Hawks fans everywhere, Go Hawk chants, like, everybody comes together on this. It's pretty exciting.
Right now, if I told you $1.7 billion wagered on this game today, when you hear that number, what goes through your head?
That the Hawks are going to make a lot of people a lot of money.
If you bet on the Seahawks, you would have made a lot of money because I think it was a 4-point spread and they ended up winning by, I think it was 100 points last night. So also a
no-biter.
little aftermath of the game. The rumors, of course, leading up to the game was the new Raiders head coach who was going to come from Seattle and the Seahawks, the offensive coordinator, Clint
that's
Kubiak.
true.
That's now been confirmed, Daryl. I believe it's, he said this morning, NFL.com, I think, has reported that Clint Kubiak is the new head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, he actually, they tried to sort of corner him during the presser. They're like, I know you're in Seahawk mode right now, but are you coming to Las Vegas? And he said, heck yeah, I'm coming to Las Vegas.
Oh,
so we
that's
knew in that
awesome.
moment that
Yeah.
have no fear. And nice performance to go out on.
Not too bad. Yeah,
Absolutely.
all those field goals. Las Vegas Raiders, that's their bread and butter recently. So
Hey,
hopefully that'll
some creative
long may
plays for
continue.
sure. And speaking of performances,
Yeah, the halftime show. Ozzy, that was speaking of bread and butter, you love the halftime show. I did too, by the way.
I did it. Okay, I loved it, So Bad Bunny just delivered the first ever Super Bowl halftime show, performed entirely in Spanish. A massive cultural moment there for Puerto Rico. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, that's his name, also known as Bad Bunny. He didn't just perform, he definitely brought the island of Puerto Rico to California. The stage was covered in symbols of his home, in case you didn't realize that, from sugarcane fields to domino tables and baba straw hats that you kind of saw. A lot of the farmers in Puerto Rico wear that. It wasn't just a party, though. It was definitely a message. He featured a scene you may have realized where a power pole exploded. And if you didn't know, Puerto Rico, they deal with a lot of power outages because of the grid. And also, too, it stems from Hurricane Maria when they were dealing with all that. So that's the scene right there. He also brought in legends like Ricky Martin,
Ricky
which
Martin was
I
there?
know you were saying that.
Noticed Ricky Martin?
Yes, you noticed
Lady
Ricky
Gaga
Martin.
was
Lady
there?
Gaga, who sang her duet Die with a Smile at a staged wedding. Well, it wasn't staged, according to reports. It was an actual real wedding, if you saw that. By the end of the 13-minute set, Benito did remind the world that America includes the entire hemisphere, ending with a powerful tribute to his motherland. So for me, it was a very meaningful halftime to me, representing the Ecuadorian flag, just seeing my heritage represented out there. So it was very powerful. to
Also,
me.
all the
Yeah.
celebrities that were scattered in the
Yes,
show.
Jessica Alba, Cardi B.
Pedro Pascal was there. So that was
Yep.
cool. And it was kind of like, where's Waldo? Like, where are the celebrities in the show? There's so many of them.
I didn't realize until I was really looking, because they were in La Casita. That's what it's called, La Casita, and they were all dancing in front. So I didn't realize those were Cardi B and Jessica until I was really looking.
It was quite the showcase there.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Ozzy. Military Students Compact. Switching gears completely now. A story you've been working on.
Yeah, so definitely it's a story that is actually going to air today during our 4, 5, and 6 p.m. newscasts. So this is really interesting, and this is a story that kind of caught my attention, not because I was looking for it, just kind of popped out during a Facebook post. New data showing that the number of military students in our Clark County School District has more than doubled in just 1 year. So I'm talking last school year, 3,300 more than that, to now more than 7,100. For kids in military families, the new kid is a permanent identity. What I mean by that is military families, if you know, they move so often, so do obviously their children, and usually it's mid-year. And the struggle for a lot of these families and these kids is trying to transfer over their credits to a new school system. So if they're coming, for example, from Hawaii to here to Clark County, sometimes some families have faced trouble with that. Well, now there has been something called the Military Interstate Children's Compact. So it went into state law in 2009. And basically what that means, if that won't happen anymore, your child should be able to transfer their credits from another state if they're moving to Nevada. So I'll have more on this story. There's so much more to this. I interviewed an educator, and also now there's monthly classes that the Nevada Department of Education is hosting for families or people that want to advocate for our military students as well.
Yeah, it can be so complicated moving around. Having this hopefully eases some of the transition when folks are moving around the country.
Absolutely.
All right, next year on 8 News Now at 10, we'll revisit our question of the day, National Pizza Day, for or against pineapples. You be the judge. We're back after this.
Now with the most local news, this is 8 News Now, live local now.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day today. I'm Ozzy Mora. This is John Langler. So, in case you didn't know, it's a National Pizza Day because I didn't know until I walked in the door and I saw
You don't
a
have it in
question
your
of
calendar?
the day. No, I saw a question of the day. I'm like, why are we asking, do you like pineapples on pizza?
Well,
Then I realized why.
I meant to get you a National Pizza Day card, and I apologize for forgetting, but happy National Pizza Day in
Thank you, John.
advance.
That's
I
very
know.
kind of you.
We asked the question, as Ozzy mentioned, Daryl, there's a question, the day.
Yes, do pineapples go on pizza? If we're talking pizza, that's the rage. And I'm sorry, John. I am
big
as
no.
pro pineapple as it gets on pizza.
I know. It's
Mary Jane to everyone else out here too is all about the
Yeah.
pineapples.
And apparently the viewers are as well.
Quick story. So when I moved here as a kid, I was 15 from New Jersey. And, in New Jersey, that's, Pizza Central, really good pizza out there. We moved here, we went to have pizza at California Pizza Kitchen. We're like, well, we didn't know anything about it. And the first thing they asked was, do you want pineapples on it? It was like a foreign language. We had no idea what they're talking about. We didn't realize it was a thing.
Uh-huh.
You just disrespected us.
Yeah, I was like, slow your roll.
But, okay, have you tried it?
No.
Okay.
Today, everything goes on pizza. Veggies, fruit, meat. I saw Indian cuisine on pizza,
Okay.
and that looked delicious. So I guess, hey, gone are the days of
Gone.
You
traditional.
have to just try everything.
I need to
pizzas.
broaden my horizons, apparently.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well,
All
thanks
right.
for voting, and you can vote all day. See, it's changed. See, people are I'm starting to make a pretty good pitch about. No, okay.
Don't listen to John.
All right. Fine.
All right, Gospel Fest, John.
Yeah, we finished with a great event that happened over the weekend in downtown Henderson on Water Street, the 24th annual Gospel Fest, filling Water Street Plaza. Great turnout there at the pavilion that they have in Henderson. This is, as I mentioned, for Black History Month. We had headliners Dr. Ernest Pugh, Brent Jones singing. A great event in the Valley and part of all the other events that happen here in Southern Nevada for Black History Month.
Absolutely. And some of the organizers were saying that we interviewed, they're saying, hey, for people that can't afford to go to events like this, to gospels like this, events, they usually cost around $200, just FYI. But this was all for free. So everyone in the community was able to enjoy. You could see they're having a great time. And it's just bringing the music and the culture together. It's just so important.
Yeah, a lot of these performers, you mentioned, they're award-winning. They're
Yeah.
very highly acclaimed. So you have to pay money usually to see them. So
Yeah.
see them for free is great. This is one of many events happening around Southern Nevada, of course, for Black History Month. We have a list of all the events, all the things that are taking place on 8newsnow.com. We have our own Black History Month program
we
coming
do.
up on
Special.
Saturday night right here on 8 News Now.
6:30.
Hopefully you'll get to see some of our great stories around the Valley. Just important to highlight Black History Month.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate you. Make sure to join our question of the day every single day. Scan that QR code. It's a way to, get seen by us, interact with us as well. I'm Ozzy Mora.
I'm John Langler. No pineapples on pizza. We'll see you tomorrow.
Gosh. Bye.